Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If you want more Valorant content, be sure to subscribe because this video will help you out a lot. So thank you so much for clicking on it. Well, episode 2 is coming right up and next off is episode 3. Today I'm going to be explaining what's important that we see in episode 2 and 3. Valorant has become an FPS sensation since its release. The game is still in its infancy though, which means we're going to be getting a lot of updates. Let's start with the most simple one, the one everyone wants, and that is map selection. Currently, we don't have a lot of maps, and with 2 maps being, well, put out there, it's really nice that we could select a specific map we want to see. Either that, or we could be getting some map bans for that matter. I think something like specific map selection would be much more fun, and would make players play for a longer period of time. So for example, let's take Icebox into account. Everyone was seriously hyped when they got Icebox at the start. Although it got a few patches and it's fixed now, I feel like if they added a map selection and you could choose specific maps you wanted to play with your friends, most people would opt in for the better maps others than the one that are not for their playstyle. One big issue with selecting maps is, well, the high queue times. The high queue times will basically make you wait 30 to 40 minutes per game, which is not really you want when you launch Valorant. Therefore, it's not in Riot's best plan yet to add it, but maybe in the future we're getting something like that. I'm hoping end of 2021. Let's get and move on to the next most important thing a lot of players are requesting, and that is the AFK system. Now, if you ever played Valorant, you would notice that one of your players rage quit. Now, there is no punishment for that matter, or, well, not big enough. If one of your players quit, they don't really get punished. They can wait a few minutes and then try again. This is really an issue that the developers have a lot of work to do on. For example, if somebody quits at the start, you get no penalty. That is the most obvious solution, right? But not exactly. Therefore, someone can just go AFK to derank for that matter. There is really not much of a solution right here and will just require a lot of work. Not everyone has the best connection to the Valorant servers and therefore they just can't punish everyone. So this is really something I am not sure of what will happen yet. I'm definitely really interested how they can actually fix the AFK system and, well, I am hoping it's gonna be soon. Anyway, let's move on to what you've all been waiting for, the new agent and what I think it will be. Notice how we only have 2 healers? Well, that's only Sage and Skye, and I think another healer would do us great. With a new healer in any of the acts, so for example Act 2, Act 3, or Episode 2, or Episode 3 for that matter, it's really important that Sage and Skye are great. However, Skye really feels like some sort of a hybrid of all the agents, as Sage is just not cutting it for me anymore. Mark my words, Sage's Wall and Resurrect make her kit one of the most versatile in the game, meaning Riot has been forced to continually nerf her to the point she's perceived to be the weakest agent or one of the weakest. This is because healing is such an inherently strong mechanic to have in a tactical FPS. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Sage now. I just think we need a new healer and, Sage will definitely make a comeback in episode 3 or so, but right now, you can just use Skye instead for healing. Don't get me wrong, Sage is still very viable and probably will be for a few more years. However, I think, if I might suggest, a healer that can use long range would be actually great. Some sort of like an Omen range which can heal for that matter would be just pretty awesome. Honestly, I think what they did with Skye was really good. Not making it a full heal, just a single AoE, and then giving her sort of little gadgets and abilities that really help Skye in the long run. However, I think there should be more healers by itself. I think we're really missing out on at least 2 to 3 healers so far, and maybe a few more controllers to make it worth it. So far we only have duelists, and we don't only want a game saturated with duelists. I definitely think there is a better approach Valorant meta could be seeing in a few years when you have 60 agents to choose from and like 5 agents to ban. That would make it much more of a diversity. Considering the new agent we are seeing also has a few flashes, a teleport, it's everything we already have in Valorant. If we get something completely fresh like we did with Killjoy or Cypher or anyone else like Raze, I think it would greatly benefit the game and make more players return for that matter. Now the next one I really need in Valorant, and I please Riot, we need this, is a replay system. Now a replay system is one of the things that are particularly frustrating about Valorant, is that in order to view your replays and past games you have to record them yourself, which in turn, you know, the recording could actually die, you just couldn't record at that given time, and many other different reasons. Now a replay system could make you feel better and actually look if one of the players is hacking. Therefore you can provide that footage to Riot itself and they can ban the hacker. Now Riot actually has something like that for League of Legends already, and for Valorant it would be great for content creators. Imagine if you had a simple VOD downloaded, you wouldn't have to go through that recording process, and imagine if you could turn the HUD off. That would help out a lot. Thank you, Riot. Now the next thing that's pretty much important is watching back your replays is actually a great way to improve your own style or to help inform your teammates where they have might went wrong. When I play games in Overwatch, for example, when I have that replay ability, I can actually see where I went wrong. Now this next one will most likely be added pretty soon, as we are seeing it in Legends of Runeterra and League of Legends itself. Can you guess what it is? It's in-game rated tournaments. This is something that's very important for Valorant. One of the best features added to League of Legends in recent years is Clash. While the in-game tournament system got off to a rocky start, having monthly tournaments in the game itself is simply amazing. Imagine if you even got prizes on that matter. It has made coordinated play outside of third-party events even much more enjoyable. You know, so for example, CSGO has Faceit, Valorant can have something exclusive for themselves. And I definitely think this is something Valorant completely needs. This is like the most important thing to bring people together. Imagine so much pub stomping, so much tension, and people actually coming back to have those 5v5s with complete plays. And this is seriously important that we see this in episode 2 and episode 3, and most likely a few of these things we will actually see, because I've been talking about what we should be seeing in episode 2, and here we are, we're actually seeing the stuff I mentioned. So this video hopefully really helped you out. Be sure to check out my other videos. I really appreciate you being here. Be sure to subscribe for more Valorant content, because that would help you out a lot. And this is Fatman signing out. Peace, guys.